That project on your desk, the one you have been polishing for 6 months, you tell yourself you are a perfectionist. You say you have high standards. You say you care about quality. But look closer. Is it really a pursuit of excellence? Or is it just the most elegant, well-dressed excuse you have ever invented to avoid the terrifying judgment of the world? The Stoics knew the truth. Your perfectionism is not a virtue. It is a mask. And underneath that mask is a trembling, terrified child who is afraid to fail. Today, I will show you how to take off the mask. In this briefing, you will learn the 3 Stoic Laws of Action. You will learn how to stop polishing and start finishing. You are an addict, but your drug is not a substance. Your drug is potential. As long as your work is unfinished, it is perfect. In your mind, the book you haven't written is a masterpiece. The business you haven't launched is a billion-dollar empire. The painting you haven't painted is flawless. But the moment you finish it, the moment you release it into the world, it becomes real. It becomes flawed. It becomes open to criticism, and that terrifies you. So you stay in the safe, warm womb of potential. You polish, you tweak, you research, you prepare. You tell yourself you are working, but you are not working. You are hiding. Let's look at a man we will call Julian. Julian is a brilliant architect. He has a vision for a revolutionary building. For 5 years, he has worked on the blueprints. Every day, he finds a small flaw, a line that isn't straight, a material that isn't quite right. He redesigns. He starts over. He tells his friends, "I just want it to be perfect." Meanwhile, his colleague, Sarah, has built 3 buildings. They are not perfect. They have flaws. Some critics didn't like them, but people live in them. Families have dinners in them. Children play in them. Sarah's buildings exist in the real world. Julian's building exists only in his head. Who is the better architect? Julian, with his perfect fantasy? Or Sarah, with her imperfect reality? The Stoics would choose Sarah every single time, because Sarah has courage. Sarah has faced the world. Julian is just a dreamer with a very expensive pencil. He is the architect of nothing. Do you see yourself in Julian? Do you have a graveyard of unfinished projects? Do you have a hard drive full of drafts? Do you have a head full of dreams that have never seen the sunlight? This is the tragedy of the perfectionist. You are so afraid of doing it wrong that you end up doing nothing at all. You are so afraid of being mediocre that you become invisible. The ancient Stoics, the masters of action, despised this kind of paralysis. They knew that the only way to achieve excellence is through iteration, through doing, through failing, through trying again. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, wrote his meditations in a tent on the battlefield, surrounded by mud and blood. They are imperfect. They are repetitive. They are raw. And they are the greatest work of philosophy ever written. If he had waited for them to be perfect, we would not have them today. Today, we are going to learn to be like Marcus. We are going to stop being curators of our own potential and start being creators of our own reality. We are going to learn the art of the good enough. This addiction to perfection is a prison. To break out, we need a new set of keys. A new way of seeing the world where done is the only metric that matters. We will now learn the 3 laws that will set you free. The only bad workout is the one that didn't happen. The first law is a call to arms. You must understand that the goal of your work is not to be perfect. The goal of your work is to exist. A perfect plan in your head has a value of 0. An imperfect plan executed in the real world has infinite value. You believe that you must be ready before you start. You think you need more information, more skill, more confidence. This is a lie. Confidence does not come from thinking. Confidence comes from doing. You do not think your way into a new way of acting. You act your way into a new way of thinking. Think of a sculptor. He stands before a block of marble. He does not wait for the perfect strike. He hits the stone. He makes a mark. It is rough. It is ugly. But it is a start. He hits it again and again. With every strike, he learns something about the stone. He adjusts his angle. He changes his force. The statue emerges from the action, not from the plan. The perfectionist stands before the stone and worries. What if I hit it wrong? What if I ruin it? He stares at the stone for 10 years. The stone remains a stone. The perfectionist remains a coward. The sculptor has a statue. It has cracks. It has flaws, but it is real, and it is beautiful. Why are you so afraid to make a mark? Do you think the world will end if you make a mistake? Do you think people are watching you with scorecards? They are not. They are too busy worrying about their own mistakes. You are paralyzing yourself for an audience that does not exist. Your fear is a form of vanity. You think you are too important to fail. You are not. You are a human being. Failure is your birthright. It is how you learn. It is how you grow. Embrace it. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle did not say, "We are what we perfectly plan to do." He said, "We are what we do." Excellence is a messy, dirty, repetitive habit. It is showing up every day, even when you are tired, even when you are scared, even when your work is bad, especially when your work is bad, because bad work is the fertilizer for good work. You will lower the bar. You will lower it so much that you cannot fail. For your next project, you will not try to do a good job. You will deliberately try to do a bad job. You will write a trash draft. You will make an ugly sketch. You will build a broken prototype. Give yourself permission to be terrible. This permission breaks the paralysis. It silences the critic in your head. Once you have a trash draft, you have something to work with. You can fix a bad page. You cannot fix a blank page. Are you tired of the blank page? Are you ready to make a mess? If you are ready to trade your perfect fantasy for a messy reality, make a choice. Go to the comments. Write this down. Write, I choose action. This is your new standard. Perfection is the enemy of the good. The second law is an economic principle. There is a point of diminishing returns in every project. The first 80% of the value comes from 20% of the effort. The last 20% of perfection takes 80% of the effort. And here is the secret. The world does not care about that last 20%. You are obsessing over the font size. You are worrying about the shade of blue. You are rewriting the same paragraph for the 10th time. You think this is quality control. It is not. It is fear. You are using these tiny details as a shield to delay the moment of shipping. A ship in the harbor is safe. It is perfect. It has no scratches. Its paint is fresh. But that is not what ships are built for. Ships are built for the sea. The sea is rough. The sea is dangerous. The sea will scratch the paint. It will tear the sails. But a ship that never leaves the harbor is just a floating museum piece. It has no purpose. You are that ship. You are sitting in the harbor, polishing your brass, while the ocean of life waits for you. You must cut the rope. You must sail. You must be willing to get scratched. You must be willing to take on water. Because a scratched, battered ship that has crossed the ocean is infinitely more beautiful than a pristine ship that has never moved. What are you protecting? Your ego? Your reputation? Who are you trying to impress? The critics? The critics never built anything. They just sit on the dock and judge the ships. Do not build for the critics. Build for the journey. Build for the destination. Release your work. Let it be imperfect. Let it be criticized. At least it is real. At least it is out there. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena. Theodore Roosevelt. Roosevelt was a Stoic in spirit. He knew that the arena is dusty and bloody. He knew that the man in the arena makes mistakes. He knew that he comes up short again and again. But he also knew that his place is in the arena, not in the stands. Your place is in the arena. Get in there. Get dirty. Get done. For your next task, stop when you are 80% done. It will feel uncomfortable. It will feel incomplete. Ship it anyway. Send the email. Publish the post. Submit the project. You will be terrified. And then you will realize something amazing. The world did not end. Nobody noticed the flaws you were obsessing over. They just saw that you delivered. They saw the value. You saved yourself hours of anxiety, and you moved forward. Fall in love with the boredom. The third law is the secret of the masters. The amateur is obsessed with the outcome, the standing ovation, the award, the money, the praise. The perfectionist is paralyzed because they want the outcome without the process. They want the medal without the race. The master is obsessed with the process, the daily grind, the routine, the small, unglamorous steps. The master knows that the outcome is not in their control. The judge might be biased, the market might be down, the audience might be distracted. The only thing in your control is the work you do today. Think of a bricklayer. He does not worry about the cathedral. The cathedral is too big. It is too overwhelming. If he thinks about the cathedral, he will freeze. He thinks about the brick, this one brick. He lays it with care, he levels it. He scrapes the mortar, and then he moves to the next brick. Day after day, brick after brick, he does not look up. He does not judge his progress every hour. He just lays the bricks. And one day, he looks up, and there is a cathedral. He did not build it by trying to be perfect. He built it by being consistent. Are you looking at the cathedral? Or are you looking at the brick? Stop looking at the cathedral. It is scaring you. Look at the brick. What is the one small thing you can do today? Can you write 500 words? Can you make one phone call? Can you run 1 mile? That is your brick. Lay it. And then lay another one tomorrow. Do not judge the brick. Just lay it. Perfectionism hates the process. It wants the magic trick. Stoicism loves the process. It loves the work. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. Is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blankets and stay warm? Marcus Aurelius. Marcus did not say, I have to go to work to be perfect. He said, I have to go to work. Just do the job of a human being, to act, to create, to contribute. The result is none of your business. The effort is your only business. Stop setting outcome goals. I want to write a bestseller. That is an outcome goal. It is a trap. Set a process goal. I will write for 30 minutes every morning. That is a process goal. You can control it. You can win it every day. It does not matter if the writing is good or bad. If you wrote for 30 minutes, you won. You defeated the perfectionist. You laid the brick. You have been holding your breath, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting to be the perfect version of yourself. Exhale. That moment will never come. That version does not exist. You are here. You are messy. You are flawed, and you are ready. The lie was that you had to be perfect to be worthy. The truth is that your worth comes from your courage to be imperfect, from your courage to show your work, from your courage to try. You are not a curator of a museum of potential. You are a creator in the factory of reality. You are here to make things, to break things, to fix things, to learn, to grow. Do not let your fear of the ugly draft stop you from writing the beautiful story. Do not let your fear of the wrong step stop you from dancing. The world does not need your perfection. It needs your contribution. It needs your voice. Cracked, imperfect, and real. The workshop is open. The tools are in your hand. If you are ready to stop polishing and start building, and subscribe to the Stoic Citadel, this is not a place for critics. It is a home for creators. Go to the comments. Make your final declaration. Write, I am a creator, not a curator. Your training continues. You have learned to defeat the fear of imperfection. Now you must learn to defeat the fear of what others will say about your work. Your next briefing is waiting. Click the video. Learn the power of being true to your own vision